To hot nights. We want to talk about what we've been dealing with here in the Northeast. It's been a really steamy couple of days.
Yeah, and usually we see these trajectories in the wintertime. But the overnight lows have been warm and the daytime highs have been warm. As you mentioned earlier, we've had numerous overnight record high low temperatures.
Yes, those warm summer nights. So Philadelphia, I mean, your air was coming from the Bahamas basically. And now as we get our fronts through, we've got two of them this week, it's going to be a huge change in air mass.
Yeah, I mean, dew points are going to drop. Temperatures will come down, but it might be 85 over like 45 rather than 85 over 65. And that'll be the difference as the origin of this air mass is up here near Hudson Bay. It kind of makes the track down with the front down into the Northeast and maybe even the South.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, it might at least a little bit of it, a taste of it. So we go from highs yesterday in the, the Northeast that were like 98 in Boston, 97 in New York City. Look at the big change today. It's all about the change in air mass. So only 75 in Boston. It's huge. Just depends where the air comes from.
Yeah, it is. And it's a northwest flow, so it's drier air, but it does not quite get into the mid-Atlantic and southeast yet.
But it does.
Yeah, it does. Boston, you go from a couple of almost 100-degree days to maybe overnight lows in the low 60s and no more record high low temperatures.
Right. That was a big part of this story is how warm it was, especially to start the week. We set a record warm overnight temp in Boston. We did it in Providence, a couple of spots on Long Island like Islip, Philadelphia. I mean, it's been really warm, and we still have some warm overnights to go. Overnight tonight into tomorrow, 74. But by the weekend, now we're getting that little bit of a taste of fall. Overnight lows dropping into the 60s.
Yeah, there may be some spots that see fives as the first number on the car thermometer in the morning. So we'll see how we do into the interior.
I'm not ready for that.
Well, I'm the guy of extremes. I want 95 in humid or I want 25 in snow. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But New York City, you'll see some relief too from low 70s to maybe some mid 60s. I think your average low is still 70 degrees this time of year.
Right. But we will see that cool down overnight. Now, the question is, okay, is this going to last? Well, as we look to next week, the trend is actually warming up back again across the west, but actually staying on the cooler side with the trough in the east.
Yeah, my guess is that the 90s and the heat and humidity will probably return at least.
I know he's not here. I know exactly what he's thinking.
Ooh, I need to talk to him about that number 3 Georgia rating. He's probably not happy about that.
Well, that'll be a conversation you guys can have tomorrow. Yes. But we'll be back talking more about this front. Huge downpours. I mean, with our dew points as high as they are, of course it's going to rain heavy. And then you get a scene like this where the skies turn dark even in the middle of the afternoon. The rain starts ponding up and you start to run into some issues when it comes to travel. That's our story, especially tomorrow. We think it's going to be more widespread here in the New Orleans area. But we keep those rain chances going right through this upcoming weekend. Maybe not surprising here in New Orleans. But let's look and show you what we are dealing with right now. A lot of moisture down here towards the Gulf that is moving from south to north. And that's been the reason why we've had so much rainfall this morning in southern Mississippi and southern Alabama, right around Pascagoula. New Orleans, you can see what's sitting off the coast of Louisiana. Nothing's in our area just yet, but we certainly could see some shower chances coming in later today. And nothing's really moving. I mean, the thing about summertime, and especially August thunderstorms, is that there's usually not a lot of steering flow or winds in the atmosphere at the upper levels to keep things moving along. Now, we do have a front, and this front is going to move through the Great Lakes, through the Midwest, through the Ohio Valley, through the Tennessee Valley, into the Southeast. Does it keep going? Well, that's hard to do in August. I love how Ray described this as like the Southeast being the, cold front graveyard in August. It typically doesn't go much farther than this, but this one stays here, and it actually sticks around and will increase the rain chances as we get through the end of the week into parts of the deep south. It also will bring a big cool down, and some more than others, Ray.
Yes, it will.